Hey guys, how you doing? So want to show you three knives real quick. Old one, new one, and grail one. So old one is, I got this one for a little spa treatment and I cleaned it up for Isaiah. Really cool customer, really nice guy. I actually was lucky enough to meet him at the blade show. He did come up. He didn't even know what the blade show is, but I asked him like, hey, you coming? Because it would be cool to meet you. I noticed that he is stationed in Florida right now. So I think in the north of Florida, so it wouldn't be that far from him. And he did come. He loved the blade show. I mean, obviously, if you like knives, you're gonna love blade show. So it was really cool to hang out with him. And he said he took it apart and he had a hard time of centering it or something. So I said, hey, send it back anytime, and I'll definitely take care of it for you. So I'll fix it. I centered, fixed it up. I actually changed it up so it wouldn't be that. It would be kind of like, because it was a little tricky. I know why. You had to kind of set the screws in the right position, but I fixed it up that, you know, you just tighten everything down the way it's supposed to, and that's it. And it came out perfectly centered, and everything works good. And what I did also was I got a little better, a little more confident with doing those wedges. So I cleaned up that swedge for him nicer. There were little imperfection in that swedge, and I cleaned them up just like really nice. So you have the hand drop swedge now. And you have hand drop swedge, if the camera would focus. Hand drop swedge. You have satin with the stone wash flats and blasted stone wash flat, grind. So pretty cool knife, I think. He loves it. I was so happy to see him, you know, really liking it and using it. Makes me really happy. New one is this one. Finished this one yesterday, 2 days ago actually. I've been working my butt off lately. One of the reasons actually, I forgot that you guys probably, I don't think a lot of you guys actually know, because a video that I mentioned it in a couple weeks back, I don't think I actually uploaded it. It was from fishing video. One of the reasons why I'm really working so hard and so loud lately is that it's gonna change in a couple of months. I won't be able to work as much as now because we have a baby on the way, hopefully. Not to jinx anything, but we have a baby on the way. We're actually going to the doctor again today. Kinda excited. People on Instagram know already because I've been posting sono pictures ever since the first visit, so I'm really excited about it. I always wanted kids, some of you know that. And finally, but it's only a couple of weeks back, but couple weeks back, you know, about, what was it, 2 months, something like 2, 3 months, 4 months after the wedding, we decided that yeah, the timing is right, everything is kind of set up, we know what we want, we know that we can do it now, let's try. So finally we're gonna have a baby, hopefully, if everything is go well. So, and this one of those, the batch of 6, I still have 2 more for this week. Molon labe, you guys know that it means a lot to me. Molon labe, come and take them. It's in Greek. It's what, for the people who don't know it, I'm sure there's a lot of people know, but trust me, there's still, I get that question, what it means, what it is, very, very often still. Not many people know that for some reason. It's come and take them. It's what Spartans said Persians when Persians are, you know, told them to give out their weapons and give up. And then you have a little alpha symbol card here. Alpha, they had that on their shield, and often when you look it up in connection with Spartans, it actually means we don't bow to no one. And live free or die hard, engraved on the pocket clip. There is lighter engraving. It's not as nice and deep and actually, you know, carved in like this. The pocket clip is just nice and lighter, you know, engraving. Really like this one. This one is, for me, probably one of my favorites because the combination of the smoothness and detent, it's not too strong, but because of how smooth it is and everything, it's, for me, it's the best flipper I've done so far. Because I don't like the strong detents actually. My fingers are always messed up, so I prefer weaker detents, and just when it's nice and smooth and it flies out open. I know in collector world the stronger detent the better. some of them, it is fun, you know, when you just press and it just rockets out like crazy. But when you have sore fingers, you don't want to just fight those demons all the time. So for me, this is probably one of my favorites I've done. Just the perfect balance for me. Really happy. It's a little bit of that mill work all around. This time actually went even here, like made it kind of like continuous thing. A little bit of jimping, just nice and simple and clean. Not too aggressive, not too small. The flipper has carving on it. One of my favorites. I mean, mainly because of that, because it's I really, you know, like stand behind that saying or that motto. So that and the new one is Grail knife. That it really is one of those that I never thought that I would actually own. Bam! Fischer Battle Mistress. Amazing knife. It's just so beautiful. It just, you know, Frank is Todd Fischer's son. His work is amazing. He's already very established. Even in just a couple of years, he's very established, and he's putting insane amount of work into every single detail of his knife. So it takes him a long time, but they are a high price folders. You know, they are not cheap, and but they're just so beautiful. He puts crazy amounts of hours into every little detail, and I cannot wait to meet him because there's so much I can learn from him. And the story behind this, actually, otherwise I wouldn't be able to own something like this. I just couldn't make mess, you know. These are knives that go for $3,000, you know, something like that. Like, I think they start for the basic one, if you're lucky enough to be on his books, I think they start at about 2,000. And the story about this was he posted a picture of this one completely gutted with the fish guts, fish scales, salt water, rust, saying that it's his tacklebags knife, his like personal use, that's been going fishing with him forever. He never cleaned it, it just all messed up, rusted, off-centered. He named every single problem, you know, about the knife. And he just said that he just doesn't want to deal with it. And I know what he means, because sometimes when you have like something, you have a headache, which probably I guess was the centering on this one for him. When you have a headache with something, with a knife that you are making, sometimes you just don't even want to deal with it anymore. You just even want to use it broken, or you just, you know, leave it as it is and just don't even come back to it, because it's just the frustration, you know. It's not about no logistic, no money saving, nothing. It's just the frustration sometimes just wins and you just give up. And it's actually not a bad move sometimes. Sometimes it's just a waste of time trying to fix certain things. Not to mention how it makes you feel. So this, I guess, was one of those for him. And I was lucky enough to score it. I got it on it was kind of like an auction, and lucky enough because of some not very cool people backed out of their bids, which is a really shitty thing to do. You know, just letting you guys know, if you're bidding something somewhere, you know, you gotta, you know, stand behind your word. You know, you say you bidding, you know, you're gonna pay some certain amount for something. You better, you know, keep your word. It's really not cool thing to do when you bid somewhere, you win, and then you back out. One of the really shitty things to do, actually. So I got this, fixed it up a little bit yesterday. I had to clean everything. I had to take it apart, clean all these areas inside and outside, because they were, you know, obviously the washers were there, the bearings were steel. This is steel. Salt water, not caring, not cleaning, it was rusted. That's actually what caused the non-flipping. It wasn't flipping very well. It was you could open it, but to flip it you had to flip it and really hard wrist action. Look at it now, just beautiful. I had to clean it up, and I had to re-mill the counterbore, the bearing packets for different. I have different bearings that Frank uses. And oh, by the way, here are the here they are. Those were Frank's bearings, the tiny little guys. It's like a washer with the bearings in the washer. I think it's the older style now. The people like, and people buy most. I don't know. I never even seen those actually. They're probably older. Now it's the cage bearing, so they're a little different diameter and different depth. So I had to re-counterbore those bearing packets, but that worked out. Clean everything up, clean the grind. cleaned actually just in the sense of buffing it with the buffing wheel, and that actually took off and cleaned the grind nicely. There were just some minor scratches. If you really look at it, you can see them, but it's nothing really. I cleaned up this flat little bit on the sandpaper, fine sandpaper, because that side was scratched a little bit. But other than that, it's perfect. Really beautiful knife. Like I said, this will never leave my collection, because this is one of those, you know, every other knife that even the more expensive knives that I've sold before, it just, yeah, but you know, you can always get it back. It's not such a big deal, and and honestly, they weren't even this cool. This is one of those that if you sell it, you're never getting this knife back. You're never getting, you know, something like this back. And that's why this is gonna be in my collection forever. Not collection, in my toolbox. I call it toolbox because I don't collect, I use. I will actually, nicely enough, it's not that heavy. This is, I think, 5 ounces. It looks like it's nice, be like kind of big and chunky folder. It actually isn't. It has a thick stock, but it's nicely contoured, not too thick, and it's actually only 5 ounces. I think it was 5 or 6. I'm not sure now, but I think 6. It's not as heavy as you might think, or not as heavy as, you know, many of the nowadays popular chunky folders. It's actually nice and doable for carry. Look at that beautiful pocket clip. And one more thing, the most nerve-wracking thing actually for me was resharpening it. It is a tricky shape, and yeah, I obviously cared about it being nice and not scratch everything and all that stuff, so it was nerve-wracking, but I did resharpen it. I brought the bevel higher a little bit because it was about 20 dps. I brought it about 15 dps, and it's nice and scary sharp now, and it's just such a nice knife. I can't thank Frank enough for, you know, making it happen for me to own this thing, and I can't wait to meet him. We kind of became friends a little bit over last couple of weeks. We talked a couple of times. All became from Instagram, you know. He lives only like 2 hours, an hour and a half away from me, and definitely I'm already invited, you know, for knife making, for fishing, for everything. Same goes for him, so it's gonna be cool. You're gonna probably see fishing or knife making video with Frank Fischer sometime soon. So that's gonna be I'm really excited to do that sometime soon. So guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Take care, stay safe, and remember, don't cut yourself.